Okay, straight into a couple more matches. So Octai is back. So let's try and get him in the team. I think it's instead of where is he? He's the deal. He's that guy, and then I think that will mean that Vilai. I don't know how to say that guy's name. Would be the stopper. I think this is not great, to be honest, but I think this it doesn't make sense. Like, to give this Newman more playing time than we. How do you say? Like, he's no real long-term future for us. Obviously, he's 34, but I think it's just too. I think we'd rather just give the training points basically to these guys, and if we do bring on a sub to this guy, pretty much. So similar situation with the keeper, but less extreme. The keeper's situation is pretty extreme. This guy's just way better, but we definitely just want to try and get this guy some points to get his rank up a bit, because we want this guy to be our long-term keeper. So we definitely want him to try and get, better training options next season if we can do it. So I think that's that. It's just that DC changes. And then Boothway is back after, which is good. Right, time to request. I don't think we've gone 12 for 12. Let's see, tropical. So let's see first. Let's just see who. Where are they? Tropical. Alright, so we beat them the 3 times we played them. So in the Autumn League we went 8-3-1. In the Winter League we went 9-3-0. And in the Spring League we went 8-1-3. So we haven't even come remotely close to, what have we won, 9? It's the most we'd won, I think. So I guess let's try and win 10. I think that's a reasonable target. When we won our first 4, it seems, well, difficult still, but I mean, I think at the moment we are, well, it's a bit of a weird one. We are trying to win every match whilst at the same time intentionally playing, starting our significantly worse goalkeeper, so it's a bit of a weird one. But yeah, we're clearly not I mean, the thing is, we're definitely just prioritising next season. At the moment, these training league matches they don't matter in any context, so, like, we're just trying to prioritise correctly, whilst at the same time, obviously, like, just balancing things up a bit for the sakes of creating content and trying to understand. It's not just the content, trying to understand our team, trying to get everything set up correctly for next season. So it's not like we're not trying to win the matches. I think it's just the number one priority isn't to win the matches. It's like the secondary priority at the moment. The top priority at the moment is to make sure that we win in every season after this season, and the secondary priority is to win these matches now. So yeah, anyway, it's right near the end of this month, so we won't be talking about this anymore anyway. After today, so to speak, like, this conceptually, we won't be in the training league anymore. We will be in the division, and then it will just be about we will be selecting teams to win matches, basically, not to. Yeah, I don't know. There will be multiple priorities always, obviously. Like, we still want to get training points for our younger players and all this sort of stuff. It's just that the main priority will be to win the matches. At the moment, it's the secondary priority. But yeah, for all the rest of this series after basically today, it'll be focused on that. So it'll be a little bit less weird when we're doing the videos here with the matches, because we will be 100% focused on winning, let's say. Really good start. I'm not inclined to change anything. Decent chance flow coming through. We feel very dangerous. They haven't basically created anything, so I'm not going to change it. I'm not going to change it for as long as that's true, pretty much. One thing that might help create this content, to be honest, is getting a few more player customizations so that we can track various roles when we're talking about stuff, to make it easy to point out players. So we might grab some of those, buy some of those. So I think in particular, so we can much more properly track the Dokken, the AMC, the creative forward, and sort of the more key roles, so like the deep line playmaker, the creative forward, and the 2 box-to-box midfielders. Probably those. Oh, hit the post. It's AMC again. Just so much involvement. It is kind of remarkable. He's saying that a lot. I'm realizing that from a recruitment perspective, there's like clearly a number 1 priority here. And clearly, I think, what does that mean exactly? Like, because we have been talking about that a bit on the Daily Loot videos. It is important. We have been looking. We have a lot of requirements. I think in practical terms, it means that maybe we do need a bit. Like, I don't know how quickly we get there. To be honest, probably not quickly at all. It's probably not till we get out. We need to get promoted at least. Okay, it's a good goal. I don't know how quickly we get there, to be honest, but it is a case of, like, you know, trying to get involved in the auctions and trying to find that player. It's one part of it. I think the other part of it is just really just trying to keep that in mind every time we ever see any player, no matter what position they play, because it's going to be so hard to find this player that we'd be alright to add a position to them. Interesting, we'll get to the manager skills for next season, I suppose, but you know, the positions are something that pretty expensive, and we kind of want them, more of them. I don't know if we will be able to go for all 4, but you know, even just having, because you will get 1 even if we don't get any levels in it, but you know, even just having 2 could be super useful for us. Just having some of these players be able to play more than 1 position just really helps with the sort of like dealing with injury, squad depth, making tactical changes during matches. It just helps a lot just to have a few multi-positional players. So, you know, even if it isn't just a case of having them there to recruit, which also is super valuable for us, they're just basically like, however many of them we have, quite frankly, even if we had 20 of them, we'd use them all. And we'd use them all in a, maybe not 20 every season, but 20 next season. We could easily use loads of them, so. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know. 20 might be exaggerating a bit. Obviously, we'd just use them if we had them, but I'm not sure if they would all be necessarily that needed. But certainly, we could use 4. That's for sure. Alright, was that their first shot? Yes, it was. I'm just going to sub him just because he's below 80%, pretty much. I'm not sure really if that's the right move anyway, because I don't even know if I care about that player getting this Krieg. He's not really a long-term player anyway, so I'm not sure. I'm trying to prioritise him to get him points, really, development points, if it makes any sense. Protecting this guy against injury makes some sense, but probably not as much as other players. So yeah, I don't know how much sense that change really made. Gosh, him again, just involved so much, and he's so... I don't know. It's a weird one, because he obviously still scores, he still sets up goals, he still creates havoc and whatever, so... But because he just misses so much every game, because just through sheer volume, of course he's going to miss. No matter how good the player is, of course they're not going to score every time. He just feels so inefficient though. Like the volume makes him feel way more inefficient than what he probably really is, I guess is what I'm saying. It feels really, really bad, and it's probably just bad. Like when I look, for example, he still probably like has a pretty good goal scoring / assist record or whatever. Is he the most important one to sub off at this point? I mean, probably. So let's just do it. We don't want this guy to be creative forward. I think this guy needs to be support striker. I think. No, I'm just doing this because I think we'd won. They haven't really created anything much. Just one shot, I think, that was not that great, and yeah, I kind of just felt like it's game over. That's why I did it. Because for all of my criticism for this Dokkan, at the end of the day, we ain't got anyone else. So, to play that role. Yeah, all of a sudden now attacks feel quite toothless after that sub. Just kind of feels like we're not going anywhere. We're just losing the ball. Anyway, whatever, we win. We didn't make the change to score, we just made the change to not get the AMC injured, which I guess it was a success in that regards. Right, I think just very easy win that one. Not going to bother analysing too much. Let's just move on to the next one. So, Boothway is back. He won't be on the bench, he will start. He's going to start instead of this guy. possibly ML. Probably this left back on the bench should instead be the right back, because we've got the left midfielder on the bench. Probably. Not likely to play anyway, but you know. I mean, to be honest, we kind of covered, to be honest, with this stuff. I don't really see us going fullbacks. It's probably better that this guy's just the DMC, in actual fact. Just in case we, you know, want to protect this guy from injury. It's a bit low, whatever. That probably makes more sense. Right, still 4 more matches. We're back at full strength though, other than our starting striker. And our backup isn't much of a downgrade, to be honest. Arguably, let's have a look. I mean, you know, yeah, our backup is fine. So, right, so it's Gold United. Let's go to Results Senior. Let's check this Gold United. 3 for 3 wins. Like, okay, we'll just leave it like this. I think if we happen to play against one of these teams that's beat us quite a bit, we might put our starting keeper in, and then if we secure the result, we seem to have substitutes to burn mostly at the end of these matches, so we could still bring on our youth keeper at the end once the result is secured. Our younger keeper, I mean, not youth. So we might look to do that if we keep this win streak up, just so we can feel good about having a bigger win streak. And yeah, you know, as long as it's we're still winning or whatever. Obviously, that could all come crashing down at any moment. So we'll see. But for this match, I guess we're going to leave in our worst keeper. I mean, I think one thing, at least so far from these matches, at least that we have learned from, is that this Barrios guy in goal, he's good enough, pretty much. I mean, obviously, we won every game with him in goal, so it doesn't feel like it's, you know, we're going to lose a whole bunch of matches just because the keeper was worse. Invariably, it will cost us some results, obviously, over time, but it doesn't feel like it's like going to be a massive thing. It might just be a few results a season rather than a whole bunch of them. I feel very confident about promotion next season, starting with that keeper instead of our better one. So, yeah, as to what it looks like for next season, until we sell the starting keeper, I'm not sure. Because obviously, as the season progresses, we will be able to get more and more players. So our team will get stronger as the season progresses. So if we still have that other keeper, which we probably will, for the start, but we may get a bit right at the start. But if we don't, maybe we will still start our better keeper until we sell him. Not sure on that. We'll make the decisions then. That was really good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if he is. I mean, this is the thing. It's quite interesting. Possibly this Sarria guy is actually better than our starting striker for how our tactic is set up. I think he's better at running into the channel because he's faster, and he might have better crossing as well, although I think they're similar in both, but I think he's slightly better in both. So he's better at running into the channel. He's also got way high aerial ability, which just helps him get the goal like the second one that he just scored. and his finishing is lower, but it's like, I don't know if that's why we're starting the other guys, because he's got higher finishing, but I'm not sure that on the balance that's the most important thing. I think the other striker, for example, there's quite a few games we play and he sort of just ends up with 2 shots, something like that, just because of the way that our team plays. One, the AMC just gets loads of the ball, and 2, the rest of the shots are just very well distributed throughout our team. So it's not necessarily that important, the finishing, as important as maybe we would think. Well, we've got quite a few more matches yet to play anyway with him in, so we will get to see if he just keeps scoring at like every single game and lots of doubles and whatever, then it's got to make you think and try and pay a lot more close attention exactly why he's still scoring goals. This here, for example, is a lot to do with the speed, right? It's got that extra speed, it creates that chance. It's got that bit of extra speed, which helps there. Get that one extra touch, get that one bit closer to have the shot that, wasn't scored or whatever, but I'm just saying the fact that he has that extra speed, on average for those sort of through balls like that, he gets a little bit closer, which kind of partially offsets the inferior finishing. And then I also think it's the case that he's got much higher composure, which makes it more important to get closer as well. Now, having said that, we do offset the striker a bit to the left or whatever, so the angles are a bit worse, so the accuracy from the finishing matters more because of that, but yeah, it's an interesting one. We'll get more matches, we'll keep an eye on it, trying to understand exactly, because I suspect in the end it's going to be situational. Like for some matches one of these strikers will be better, for us, others the other one will be better. At least being able to identify there's not a lot we can do, to be honest. We can check, for example, when we're in the league or whatever, we can check the overall league table and we can check their record and whatever, so we can get a bit of an insight in that 1 minute. At least if they're like a good team or a bad team, that type of insight. But again, it might just be these double here and the double in that other match. It's just a freak occurrence, and maybe we play the next 5 more matches or whatever it is with him, and he doesn't score another goal possibly. So we feel very in control, and we have a 2-goal lead as well. He was a bit wasteful. Like, the thing is, he got those 2 goals right at the start, and then he had quite a few more shots. I'm going to leave him in for the set piece though, because he's got monstrous heading, I think. I could be wrong about that. Honestly, I don't even remember anything properly necessarily. Anyway, someone else scored. God, trying to remember all these attributes is hard. Right, let's have a look. No, he doesn't. It's the other guy has... he's got good heading. He's faster, this one. The other one's got better heading. But he's got good heading. Anyway, we're subbing him off now. This guy to be a I don't know. The poacher thing's not. Well, let's just leave him a striker because the poacher thing just doesn't. He doesn't seem to do anything in that role at all. So honestly, I'll bring in every match. It just doesn't feel like he contributes to anything. Which is, I guess, the concept of it. He's supposed to just score, but it doesn't feel like our team is like. We don't need that guy necessarily. Certainly not unless if he's got 60 whatever finishing anyway. So. No, this match is properly over, I think, especially with the 3-goal lead. So let's just make the last couple subs straight away. Avoid those pesky injuries. Right, this guy and who else? Probably Dokken. Let's just leave it until he's 80. Think on it a bit, because I say probably, but I think it's either Dokken or one of the DCs. To be honest, if Dokken gets injured, I'm not that bothered. Yeah, we'd have to play a different tactic or whatever, but it's not the worst thing in the world to have to set up another tactic. It's a bit annoying that we won't be able to test it properly or anything, but I think I'll sub off Octai just to get... because we want the develop. Thing is, if we sub this guy off, then the substitute coming on, we want to get matches, we want to get development points. But if we sub off Dokken, whoever's coming on is just somewhat, it's wasted points basically. So I think we just do it this way around, and if he gets injured, he gets injured. Again, just totally different decision here if it's not this season. Basically, the priorities are just completely different. So. Not much to say. I'm just trying to think of something. It was a very easy match, so there isn't much to add, I don't think. Just check the stats. Just look at some different things. Yeah, we just dominated. This Dokken just feels like he just has so much. I'll have a quick look at him because we talk about him a lot, and it really just feels like he gets so much. Effectively, right. So Gold United, Dokken. Let's have a look. 6 shots, 33 dribble attempts, and more than everybody actually. 7 pass attempts. He got an assist. In this match he got 9 shots. Oof. got an assist, 31 dribble attempts, 13 pass attempts. But that's 9 shots, right? Like, so many shots. In this match, 6 shots again. Eight pass attempts. This match, 4 shots, but not obviously. Again, our whole team only had 8 though, so we still had a half the shots. 14 pass attempts, more than anybody. Five shots, 13 pass attempts, more than anybody. It's so. Anyway, I won't keep. It's just so much, so much. And then you look at all of that volume: 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever, 9, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shots a game. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 pass attempts a game. Lots of them in really big key positions. And then you look at this, and you're like, he's actually averaging. For all of that, he's basically, well, the friendly record is better, more like what I would like to see. But for the league matches, it's like, for all of that volume at the level that we're at, it's just not enough. It's just not enough. That's the thing. You look, for example, at the striker that's in front of him, who's injured. Let's say the one that we have been using, like. He's getting relatively hardly anything to work with, and he's averaging like nearly a goal a game. Let's say a goal plus an assist, very close to a goal plus assist. His goals plus assists are nearly like 1 per game for his attacking output, with like not much volume at all. And then the other guy with like tons of volume is just less, basically less with his, like, it's just not enough. But much better player, these numbers would just be way higher. Whoop. Oh no, don't find. I want it on a different. I can just break the video. Alright, let's just. Alright, we found it. We're going to quickly break this video, start another one. We'll see you for the next one.